Happy Friday, everybody. It is chamber check-in time. And today, what a great opportunity to check in with a chamber member. And their organization is a nonprofit 501c6 organization called Project Management Institute. They're the Western Idaho chapter. And I've got Cheryl Bishop, and Cheryl is the VP of Professional Development. And then I've got Craig Hardesty. Craig is the president elect, and Tanisha Townsend, our VP of programs. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi.
great to be here.
Hey, these chamber check ins are great opportunities to share our member stories and their programs and services. So I'm really excited to learn about what your organization does, its mission and vision and impact on the community. But first, I'm going to share a fun video from our series sponsor. It's Delta Dental of Idaho. And as you all know, Delta Dental has been a best in class, best in class dental insurance benefits provider for Idahoans for over 50 years. And with that, here is a fun video. Here we go.
Cavities are 100% preventable, and most plans actually cover those routine cleanings at 100%. You're going in and there's nothing out of pocket for you. Get your teeth cleaned. It feels so good.
Always a good reminder, right?
Right, definitely.
Okay. So, hey, let's start this off. I always love learning about the people first, and then we'll dive into the business. So, Craig, let's start with you and tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to being involved with the Project Management Institute.
Well, first of all, Paul, thanks for hosting us today. It's a great opportunity for the Western Idaho chapter to get in front of people and just get our chapter out there and get some visibility. So, thanks for that. So, my background, I actually came to the chapter. After a job change in about 2016, I was looking for a way to get more involved in the PM community and just kind of wanted to volunteer and give back somehow. And so I got in touch with the then past president of the chapter, and he talked about my interests and the needs of the chapter, and the rest is history. I got involved as the VP of programs and have been involved ever since.
Thanks, Craig. Cheryl, why don't you give us a little bit about your background?
Sure. Like Craig, I reached out to the chapter, probably I became a member, I want to say 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And then 2016, I became involved on the programs team. I actually volunteered to help with registration and to get folks, into the events in the evenings, and got interested in what was going on with the board. Felt like I was in a place with my career where maybe I could start giving back a little more to my project management community. So I put my hat in the ring for the VP of Communications one year during elections, and like you said, the rest is history. So I was VP of Communications and Technology for about 4 years, and then I've been VP of Professional Development now for about a year, almost 2 years now. I'm starting my next term in July.
Awesome, Cheryl. Tanisha, what's your background and how did you get involved?
Yeah, so my background, I've been in the Treasure Valley for about 15 years or so, and I've always been in project management, and so really love this space. Um, Always followed the Project Management Institute, got connected to the Western Idaho chapter, and then decided, how can I give back in a greater capacity? How can I make a direct impact or a direct, how can I be of service in a more direct way? And so, yeah, I volunteered to become the VP of programs, and I've been doing that for about 2 years. So I'm the newest to the group, and it's been great. It's been a great opportunity to provide meaningful speakers and educational opportunities for all of our members.
Wow. How many are on your board? Maybe Cheryl, let us know a little bit about that.
Right. So, well, the board, we just recently added a new position, VP of Technology. VP of Communications used to handle communications and technology, and it's really just become much more complex with a virtual environment. And so we decided to split that into two roles. And so between our board directors, which we now have 10, we also have executive volunteers who help out with marketing, our communications technology team, as well as professional development and programs. And so for executive volunteers, we have about 2 active right now, but we can have up to 4 to 6 to help us with our board positions and the programs that we run for each of the VP positions. We started out, as you mentioned, as a 501c6 in 1998. We had a whopping 35 members. We're up over 560 now, about 562. We had close to almost 650, BC, right before COVID. And we're starting to get some of that membership back, which is great. But our founding members, we started with 5. And I was doing some research before our presentation today, and I was really happy to see that 3 of our 5 founding members are still members of the chapter. Barbara Malone, Richard Fritzley, and Charles Anderson. So good on them. It's awesome. Shout out to them.
So that's kind of the origin story of Project Management Institute. And then there's the DASH and then the Western Idaho chapter. So is this a global organization? Is this a national organization? Tell us a little bit more about that, Cheryl.
So Project Management Institute is a global organization. We are the Western Idaho chapter. There are over, Craig, is it over 500,000 members of PMI right now?
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's huge. So we'll actually, we have PMI Global Leadership Institute meeting coming up in May. And we have chapters all over the world. It's a huge organization. So it's great that in Idaho, we're able to be representative of such an international organization with such presence. We just recently recorded a presentation for Future Cities, which is an outreach program we have, which helps PMI EF, the Education Foundation arm of PMI. And we in Idaho, we are gold sponsors of Future Cities, which is an engineering program, a STEM program. Every year there is an annual competition for building the future city. So they do models and presentations, and they do a skit and paper and project plan, which is how we get involved. We work as judges to help them with those competitions. And so Project Management Institute as a whole, as I mentioned earlier, is international. Of course, they're huge. And as a chapter here in Idaho, it's wonderful to be able to be part of that organization and to have a presence and to have such an active membership. Craig, you can probably speak to that as well, and Tanisha too. Our involvement with our members is, when we ask for volunteers, we get them. There's just, in fact, if anything, we end up having a wait list lots of times for our events because, we get filled up. So it's great.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. Hey, moving on, Craig, why don't you share a little bit about the mission and vision? I'm curious to learn more about the types of industries that you serve. Maybe it's all project management. I mean, every company you have is projects and you got to manage them. So I would imagine it's something like that, or is it more about construction? Or tell me more about that, Craig.
Sure. Yeah. So, our overall mission is in line with the international organization PMI. It's really to advance the practice and profession of project management, right? So that's what we're here for. Kind of just making sure that the profession continues to be strong and to grow and to provide value as a profession. Here in the Western Idaho chapter, we really have a vision to kind of be recognized as the source of project management knowledge and expertise in the area. So if people have questions about project management or want to engage and get educated about it, we're there, right? We want to be that group that people think of. So we have just ways of providing opportunities to our chapter members, just professionally and socially, to get them engaged. And to answer your question about the industries, we cover all industries.
Okay.
There's a heavy IT presence here in the Valley, but really it's across the board: construction and government, and just really anywhere where there's a need for project management, we're there to help.
That's great. And Tanisha, I would imagine that some of the programs that you're producing help with that content and driving that mission and vision. So Tanisha, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the programs that you're offering and working on currently?
Yeah. So again, our programs do support directly our mission and our vision, as well as support in driving the vision of PMI Global. And some of the programs that we have coming up, we are actually in our new candidate season. And so voting is underway to refresh the board members. And so we have a meeting coming up April 27th. And we will have an opportunity for everyone to come in, meet our candidates. It'll be our first time back together since COVID. And so we are so excited about this event. And it couldn't have come at a better time when we have the opportunity for everyone to come and meet our new potential candidates, talk with our former candidates and our current candidates, and just get a real good feel again of what we are all about. Now, we have been extremely busy during COVID. We offered every type of education and training opportunity imaginable in a virtual setting. And so, so we'll be carrying that forward. So that is our April 27th event. We have lunch and learns that we do every single month. Those are virtual, so that it allows our members to, be at work and still pop on our lunch and learn events. And so we have one of those coming up May 11th, and we're really excited about that. We always have just awesome lunch and learns, and this particular one, they're held from noon to 1, so it really is over the lunch hour, just an opportunity for our members to pop in, get a little bit of education, get a PDU in the process. And the one that we have coming up May 11th is about adapting to artificial intelligence. And are you ready? And so we kind of have some cutting edge. We try to stay on the cutting edge. We really do try to look at and evaluate what is happening in the project management professional space and how can we address that. And then, so we have events every hour. Our lunch and learns are, midweek every month. They're like the second Wednesday, I think that's right, from noon to 1. And then we have our evening events, which are the fourth Wednesday from 6 to about 7:30. So it's not a big inconvenience, just a little bit of time. But again, all of our members can pop on there, get a PDU, and learn some valuable information. In addition to all of those things, we also have volunteer opportunities. So we're always trying to get involved in the community, everything from Wake Up Boise to a regular volunteer opportunity with the Idaho Food Bank. And we have one of those coming up May the 6th. And so you can volunteer for that one as well. And then we have our big event, which we are super excited. You can tell I'm all excited about all the events, right? I'm so excited. But our professional development day is coming up, and it will be in person, our first one in person for 2 years. And so we're really excited about that. That's coming up September the 21st. And I'll allow Craig to give you some more information about that. He's on the committee that is spearheading that.
That's exciting. Cheryl, before we get to Craig, is there anything that you'd like to add on your Lunch and Learn series?
No, I think Tanisha covered most of it. I was just going to give a little background that BC, before COVID, we used to actually go physically to attend a Lunch and Learn, and we had a great sponsor, Tech Systems, for years, who would sponsor our Lunch and Learn events. But once we went virtual, we realized we doubled our attendance. People found it so much more convenient to just grab lunch at their desk and attend the virtual conferences, the presentations we're doing as well. We were able to feature speakers from all across the country. As Tanisha mentioned, we have one coming up in May, and that speaker is actually from Atlanta, Georgia. And then in June, we've got speakers who are prominent PMI speakers. They speak globally, and they're from California and Ohio, respectively. And yeah, great that we can do that virtually. So we decided virtual kind of works for us for Lunch and Learns. And so there's some silver linings, I think, that came out of the pandemic. And one of those was learning about how to, again, better offer our programs to our members in a way that, they feel better served and makes it more convenient for them.
There's a bigger reach sometimes, and a cost savings as well. And content streaming is so important. Another thing that we learned as well as we shifted our sales through the last couple of years. So Craig, tell us about the Professional Development Day.
All right, thanks. So as Tanisha mentioned, the Professional Development Day, or the PDD, is kind of a hallmark of PMI chapters, certainly across the country, and we're no exception. It's really a chance for the PM community to get together to hear speakers on various topics, and it not only, I think, adds to the personal professional development, but I think it fosters a sense of community within the chapter and within the just the PM community within the Boise area in southwest Idaho. So this year is going to be in September 21st. It's going to be a half day in the afternoon. So we're going to get together and have some lunch and then break into sessions. And the sessions are going to cover a range of topics. We're going to have 9 breakout sessions that people can choose from. The topics are from, refreshing, your professional skill sets and maybe the tool sets, things, see what's going on that's new in the profession. And we have a cybersecurity speaker. We have a person who's going to be talking about career development and looking at your career. In this day, everybody's trying to figure out what they want to do and if they want to go back to work and things. So I think that's going to be good. And to your other point, we have a construction panel that we're going to have where we have some construction leaders in the community going to talk, and we have a strong 2 or 3 sessions in government. So we have government project management in the local levels as well as state. So there's a lot going to be going on in September, so we're excited about it.
I'm going to throw the website. So it's pmiwic.org for more information about those details. I'm really excited to help share this. As we close, Craig, Cheryl, and Tanisha, is there anything else that you'd like to educate the listeners on today while we have you? And I guess we'll start with you, Cheryl.
Well, I just would say if you want to get involved, we'd love to have you. You can become a member. You can volunteer with us. You can volunteer as in the community with us, or you can volunteer to help us with the board. There are lots of opportunities for involvement. And if you'd like to get involved, you can visit our website. It has a way to contact our VP of Communications, and or I can throw in the chat her email. Definitely contact us. We'd love to have you get involved.
And Tanisha, tell us how we can plug in from your perspective.
Yeah, much like Cheryl said, volunteers are so important and so key to really helping us to drive the programs. You can always send us ideas for speakers, ideas for topics that you would like to hear about. You can go to our website and put those things in. We love to hear from the community and from our members on, what topics they want to hear, what's on their mind or their heart in the project management space. And so there is a great opportunity for that too. That helps us to really increase our programming and bring in different speakers from all different genres of project management. We're not just focused in one particular area. I mean, we do everything from Scrum to Agile to we do it all. So and we like to make sure that we have a wide variety of speakers. Also, if you're interested in being a speaker, you can go on our website and you can put your information and let us know what areas you specialize in, and we will for sure reach out to you. So those are a number of ways that they can plug in.
And Craig, any closing comments from you?
Well, not really. Just to echo what the others have said. If you're a project manager or you are a person who's interested in project management, you don't have to volunteer. You don't have to do anything. But I would encourage you to check out the Western Idaho chapter of PMI. You don't have to be like a PMI certified person or anything. You just get involved. And I think we'll have plenty of things for you to do if you choose to go farther in that.
And you'll find us on LinkedIn as well, and on we have a Twitter account, we're Instagram, so we're on social media as well.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much. Just this whole process of working with Michelle Marshall, who I need to mention as well because she's the catalyst for all this. I see a lot of synergies with your organization and our next generation of leaders, and with our business community as solid as it is. I would love to connect more often with y'all and find different ways that we can positively impact that next generation.
Great.
Sounds
Awesome.
good.
Awesome.
We love it.
Thanks for your time, everybody. Have a great weekend.